Okay, so the Twitch is back live again. The YouTube, it says sending data, but does not seem to
maybe
be...
Maybe YouTube's having a problem.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. It appears to be going.
Get fucked. I get to battle Magic Mason in the first round.
Oh, let's go.
Of Panic's Naiad
Yeah.
Cup.
So what are you running? Oh, Mantine and Dragonair.
Yeah, this is what I went with. I went with this team. I liked it. I was like debated adding, so like I did some practice and stuff with some people, and I'm a little soft to Galv, but I think it's like manageable because like of Dragonair and like Greedent and even like Kingdra and stuff. Like I think I do well enough.
Mew would do
against
okay,
it.
wouldn't it? As well.
I mean, the lunge like basically one shots you, but
you get to wild charge at the same pace. If you like,
but they're electric type. Why the hell would I wild charge a Galv?
Well, I mean, it would still do more damage than Dragonclaw, wouldn't it? So if you like,
but then you debuff yourself. Actually,
yeah,
Sizer
so what I'm thinking
versus
is,
Galv is very close matchup.
like, if you can build up to a wild charge, bait the shield with the Dragonclaw, you outpace to the second lunge, and the second wild charge should KO after all the Shadow Claw damage.
Let's see what they're saying.
Remember to change it to Thingo.
What is this here? Yo, fuck off, Focus Blast, get out of here. Yeah, you lose, it says.
Why is that? See, are you still not making the second wild charge?
You probably make it, actually.
Okay,
it doesn't KO them.
Yeah.
It does 42%. Dragonclaw actually is better DPE. But Wild Charge does do more damage.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, actually, the one thing I looked at was, like, Sizer matchup with it.
Yeah.
Is actually not that bad. Like, technically, Galv wins that matchup, but it's, like, super close. Like, Galv has, 17 HP and, like, basically no energy. So...
Yeah, that's good to know.
And you win the 1-0s. Also, if you boost... Okay, the thing is, they're likely to shield the first Night Slash because it does, like, 46%. Usually they say don't shield the first Night Slash, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. Like,
but then what happens if they leave it? Like, they can survive the bullet punches, though, can't they? They can tank the first one, can't they?
If you boost, yeah, they can survive one. If they boost, if you boost, they win. Because bullet punches are doing almost 5%.
Wow. Wow.
But a Volt Switch does 14%. So, yeah.
I mean,
like, if you play with the one shield, and let's say they don't shield this attack, and you get a boost, then you can basically shield and bullet punch them down. But if you don't get the boost, I mean, yeah, it's super close. See, the thing is, the lunge helps you take the Night Slash better. Because, like, without if you don't shield the first one, you have 5 HP left. So it's big, like, it's a very close matchup.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. And, like, Dragonair Kingdra basically wins. I did some research into it. Kingdra wins the 0s and the 2s. Very nicely.
And why not the 1s?
I think it's just...
Yeah, it would tank a like lunge discharge.
The thing about Kingdra is it's like it doesn't sim very well because they don't give you the buff, the debuff. See here? So they get the two lunges. In the 1s they have 10 HP left. But if you get the debuff, then you win.
Yeah.
So Kingdra is like a very interesting Pokemon. I was debating bringing, like I almost brought Altaria because I know Altaria is like super good, but I just wanted something that was a little more neutral to like ice types.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't want to get RPS by like Walrein because like as you can see by people's teams, like this is a pretty BBML team.
Yeah.
Like
there's a lot of Walrein around.
Like in my opinion, Greedent looks pretty good into this team.
Mm-hmm.
It's super neutral. Like that's why I like Greedent so much. Even DD you have Crunch for. Like I have farmed down DDs, and like even Mantine looks pretty good here, other than the Wild Charge. Dragonair honestly looks. This Mew is gonna be annoying, but that's why I have the Sizer, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Sizer can beat Mew. It can beat Walrein. It can put in work against DD. As you saw, Galv and Altaria aren't even that bad. So,
I do like DD as a counter to Walrein and a soft counter to Altaria Greedent. I mean, Greedent still wins against a DD.
Not with quick attack. We're not with tackle.
Right. Yeah.
But
so
I don't know. I
DD's
just
good.
I didn't like DD so much because I don't know. I liked Mew better. Pardon?
Because of Gao?
No, well, yeah, that reason, but also like, I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of like I felt like with my team, I was gonna go with either Mew or DD. I didn't want to go with both. So.
I am thinking of replacing Lugia in my team with DD. So, let me see if I can find...
Oh, he's sick of Lugia now already.
Not sick of it, just exploring other options. So, oh, why is that not showing up? Oh yeah, no it is. Oh yeah, my first matchup's live, so that's my team at the moment.
So you're not replacing anything?
I mean, I've got other tournaments.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty standard. Surprised you didn't bring any Mew or DD. It's very interesting.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of bringing DD instead of Lugia. Mainly because...
Yeah, double flyers
everywhere.
Is interesting. I mean, you do have the Wormadam and the Sizer, so
yeah.
like, it is going to be interesting. Their Quagsire looks pretty good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did battle one of my friends, and he was using Quagsire, and that thing is so bad, man.
Is it?
It is so bad.
It's a little clunky, isn't it?
If you take like you can get shields with Quagsire, sure, but if you like let a move go, like 99% of the time they're shielding and they're gonna farm you down.
Yeah. And
you're not gonna get to like a second impactful move, and they're gonna come out with like a bunch of energy. It's just like it's too slow.
Yeah.
That's my only problem with it.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
The typing's good in the meta.
We get into it?
Yeah, let's start.
We did a whole other 10 minutes. Alright, so there has been no significant changes to this carp as opposed to previous carps, apart from the addition of the buff of wing attack on Charizard.
Well, let me see here. I don't think Lurantis was a thing previously.
Do you think?
I don't remember it. So now there's Quick Attack Sylveon as well.
Yeah.
Which was another thing. Let me just take a quick look
here
and see. Hisuian Electrode was eligible last time, but it was like near the tail end.
Mm-hmm.
Miltank is new. Rollout, right?
Right, yeah.
So any rollout users. Let's see here. What else we got? Tyrantrum is new, technically.
I'll be interested in looking
Crunch.
at how many of these things are actually viable, though.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Beware. I don't think that was around.
Sure.
Here's an interesting one. Yanma.
Bug flying.
It is a bug flying type. It has wing attack, ancient power, aerial ace. It can beat Medicham, Talonflame, Gyarados, Scrafty.
A bug that beats Talonflame is really interesting.
Yeah, because of the ancient power, right?
Yeah.
And I bet you it's lost to Charizard is bait dependent by the Zard, in my guess.
I would say so.
So it's losing the Charizard. Let's take a look. And they're just double Dragon Claw because it is a bug type, so it is taking super effective damage from wing attack. Let's see versus a regular Charizard.
And I'm surprised at that stat product even, like, it's an XL Pokemon, and it's still only at 1700.
So you don't need to land a Blast Burn as a Charizard to beat this.
And that's just regular, isn't it? Regular Zard.
Yeah, but if you do have a slight energy lead, then you should get to you need 2 wing attacks to get to 2 ancient powers.
Okay, yeah, that's doable. And the reason I like that specifically is because, like, so many people, if you lose the lead, my mantra at the moment is, what do you do when you lose the lead? Because, like, that's like the biggest obstacle you've got to overcome to get good at PvP. So, like, if you lose the lead, switch in a Yanma, they see the bug typing and they're like, oh, I'll bring in my Talonflame / Charizard. Like, that's flippable.
Yeah, at bare minimum, you want to be getting shield advantage if you can from your pivot, right? Because that can at least set up maybe what was a negative matchup into like a manageable matchup for you if you have like shield advantage sort of thing, or possibly your back Pokemon can like put in a lot of work with like a 2-to-1 shield advantage, something like that, right? So those are all things to consider. Yeah, I think Yanmega is not as good if I remember correctly.
Does Yanmega have ancient power as well? Yanmega not. Oh, it must be a different color.
Okay, it's not eligible.
Yeah, right.
How XL does this thing have to get? It has to be very XL. Okay, well then, I'm not gonna build a Yanma for this cup. But... So last time I remember, this is also something interesting. Now it has Dynamic Punch.
Dom says Bug Mega is meh.
So Ledian is another bug flying type. But main difference though is it has Bug Bite, Aerial Ace, Dynamic Punch. So you have no basically ability to beat Charizard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With this, but you do well against Medicham and stuff like that. And Dynamic Punch would help you a little bit in like against like Macargo and stuff like that potentially.
I think so, Wildcat. We will get to it, but my prediction is most likely.
Alomola? What's he saying?
Just will it be as good as ever?
Which?
But will the Alomomola be as good as it ever was?
It struggles with shields. Is the only issue Alomola has. Okay, so Dynamic Punch does 52% to a Macargo. Something to consider. You do have some potential win cons here, but Rock Throw is not good. You have no win cons if they have Rock Throw. But I remember Smash King was using Ledian quite a bit last time this cup was around. And he liked it a lot because there was a lot of Medicham, like Lickitung, I think it was, or something like that, or Medicham.
Oh, so does it beat Lickitung? Oh yeah, with the Dynamic Punch it would, wouldn't it?
Sort of. It doesn't really, but it's close. Before it never had Dynamic Punch. I'm trying to remember what core it was beating, but oh, maybe it was like because it does really well into like the Slowbro, which was like a popular thing, and being able to beat Medicham in this cup is like really nice. Like I would say, if you're the Pokemon you're looking at could beat Medicham, it's a viable Pokemon in the cup. because
yeah, Metacham was really popular, and I loved my Slowbro. I remember that from last time. Like it could tank a Blast Burn like a champ. Like it's a tanky Pokemon.
Last time, I would say Charizard was not very popular. It was mostly Talonflame people were using. But now probably Charizard is going to be more popular.
Yeah.
In time to best back out your Lickitung, because there is no Noctowl. So.
Yeah, but there's still Metacham Scrafty.
Metacham is fine for Lickitung.
Yeah.
Scrafty is annoying. If it depends what set they're running, because here they're recommending Pup Psychic, but like Ice Punch does really help you against like the flyers, such as like Charizard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's really like depends on your team comp. I think last time I was running Psycho Cut on Metacham in this cup, and I was using it as a safe swap.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. So that would have been with was that with Ice Punch Psychic, or do you have Dynamic Punch?
I was Dynamic Punch Psychic.
So does it beat Charizard with that moveset?
I would say no. Again, Charizard wasn't like a thing that I had to worry about.
Yeah.
Necessarily. So let's say what is a pivot? You get what? 2 counters? 1 counter? Or 2 Psycho Cuts? Very close with Charizard. Shadow. It might be better with counter, but you start to be. So what you found is like people would end up bringing like things like Ariados into you, right?
Yeah.
As the Metacham.
Yeah.
And like Wormadam, sometimes even things like that. So another thing that Ice Punch really helped you with is last time there was quite a few Dredigan was very popular.
Yeah.
So if you don't have Ice Punch, then that hurts you in that matchup too. So
the reason I'm really interested in that Psycho Cut Metacham is because I remember last time making so much elo, so many gains from people trying to counter my Ariados with the Metacham. Because after a lunge, you can tank a Psychic just fine, and those counters are double resisted, so you just keep getting to more lunges. And I think, and like I think most of them were running the Pup Psychic as well. So like the Pup's still double resisted, like you can tank another Pup. So you just absolutely did not need shields there. Now that would flip with a Psycho Cut Psychic moveset.
Yeah, the team that I was running last time was Talonflame, Metacham, Dredigan. So, and the reason I also liked Psycho Cut is because if you timed it right, a lot of times you could get to 2 moves if they brought in a Charmer. So you would guarantee a shield from a Charmer. Whereas sometimes with counter you can't get
with Dredigan.
No, with Metacham.
Oh, okay, sure.
You don't safe swap Dredigan.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not in a double charm. Not in a charm meta.
Yeah.
I mean, that team just loses to double charm, but I was like not facing a ton of double charm. But
is this still a charm meta?
I think so. Look at the rankings. Look at where the charmers are ranked. You have a Sylveon that has quick attack, but it's 12. Aromatisse 22, Clefable 26, Fritzy 29, Wigglytuff 34. Like Macargo Double Charm was like one of the more popular, boring teams to run.
Okay.
Last time this was around, so
I'm surprised Wigglytuff is so low. That was always like my favorite Charmer to run.
I think it's just because of the charge moves.
Yeah.
Like for Aromatisse, like you have Thunderbolt, which can like and Psychic, so like the coverage moves are really nice to hit back against things in the meta. Whereas like Ice Beam Play Rough, like you get walled by like a lot of fire types with that moveset.
Yeah, Pickle.
And then Sylveon seems very interesting. Like wins against Metacham, Dredigan, Scrafty, Alomola, Electrode.
I find Milotic very interesting.
Yeah. I think Milotic is okay. I think the top two there were more better, but in terms of water types, but
Alumamola is great as well, and Seeking as well. But like I always say that Milotic is underrated in any.
It's
meta.
just a little. Oh, so they're recommending Waterfall. Yeah, it's just a little slow. Same with Alomola has the same issue.
I would probably go Dragon Tail.
There's a lot of Charmers though. That would be the only thing.
You do win against the Charmers with Waterfall, which is interesting. I think you do get a bit of extra energy generation with Dragon Tail. And that can make a difference in getting to a Hyper Beam quick enough.
I guess it would just depend on your moveset that you want, because or your team comp, because Dragon Tail would definitely help you against the other water types.
Yeah, and there are a few of them as well.
But it would hurt you against the fire types, right? Because they would be able to like shield your water damage.
You'd still win against the water types, though. Like I imagine if you tried simming Dragon Tail Milotic against Charizard and Makago, you're still winning that just fine.
Yeah, well, Makago, yeah. Like a Surf will absolutely destroys Makago. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what they're recommending for switches here. Seeking. Ariados is the best safe swap. What it is.
For sure. We'll have to see how popular Charizard is, though. Charizard and Makago are two things that... Actually, that's not that bad against Makago.
Charizard is actually... It's actually okay. Like, heaven forbid they get the boost.
Yeah.
It's scary. If they get that cross poison boost, or if you shield like a lunge or something, it's scary. Because, like, I had many times where, like, an Ariados with energy lead was able to take out, like, my Talonflame or something. So, like, the thing is, you don't get walled by because of the poison. But you do get walled by Makago, unfortunately.
Okay, so if you...
So this is on a Switch. They're saying that... Well, because Makago keeps trying to do somewhat of a good move timing, I guess. I don't know. They let another lunge through. So if you turn off optimized move timing, then it's much worse.
I mean, you are still just barely losing against the Charizard if you do get the boost on the first cross poison. See, that kind of kills it for me, because, like, yeah, it doesn't do the worst, but you're still probably losing that. Like, if you lose a lead and switch in your Ariados, you're still probably not getting alignment back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think if you boost, you could probably win the 2 shield.
Shield this attack.
Yeah, like look at here.
Nah, they're just wing attacking you down.
Are you sure?
Looks like it. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Even if they go straight Dragon Claw on the Switch.
Yeah, no, you win. That's if you do get the boost. What if you don't get it? No, they get to another Dragon
just
Claw.
saying, if you get the boost on the first one, and they shield, you know, you can win the 2 shield.
That's a 1 in 8 chance. Or...
Yeah, I think it's a very low % chance.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, it's something.
This meta is kind of can be a little polarizing. There's
a little bit,
of,
yeah.
There's a lot of that's why I think people prefer like someone like Sea King. Although it does get kind of destroyed by Metacham.
Wow, yeah.
They have Ice Punch. And we turn off baiting. They still, even with an energy lead, they still get to 2 psychics before you get to 2 icy winds.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Or before you get to 3 icy winds, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if you double shield the first 2 psychics, you can't win. Just the counter damage does so much. It's the problem with some of these things. That's why Metacham's so good. That's why I found a lot of people are using these this one was like, these ones were really popular to help deal with like Metacham and stuff. Because they are resisting.
Double resisting the counters, but they're still weak to the psychic, aren't they? They were what, water poison? No, they were psychic poison. They were neutral to psychic. So yeah, Galarian,
psychic
bro.
Poison. It's definitely good.
How does G-Bro do against Charizard? Not. That's showing a loss.
Again, it has the problem where it's just a little slow.
Mm.
Because it has Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb Psychic.
Mm.
So what it is good at doing is getting shields though. Like if we look at the zeros versus the meta, it's got an 18-6 win and loss rate.
Yeah, right.
So that's why a lot of people using it as a pivot, because it really can get shields for you.
Blob says, time for my rank 1 Ariados to shine.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah,
I remember back in the day,
no
before
joke.
Ariados, it was a Scolipede.
Was that ever good?
Yeah, back in the day. The first time Love Cup was here, Scolipede was the big bug type in the meta.
I missed that. I missed that one. Kingler is interesting as a pivot. Mudshot,
Kingler?
Crabhammer. Legacy Mudshot, Crabhammer, and X-Scissor. You're beating Slowbro and Ariados and Charizard. You're losing to the counter users.
Let's just go here. No, not this one. Darn it.
What are you looking up?
I just want to check. What performs best in the Zero Shield? In the meta.
Can't you just
Hello,
look at
Mola?
closes?
Even safe swaps. Macargo. Look at that.
Camera up.
17-7. Camera up does well.
Yeah. Camera up is best with no shields in play. Incinerate, Earth Power, Overheat.
I don't think camera up's in the meta here.
It's not in the core meta, no. Talonflame is next. That'd be in there.
Yep. Macar again, a lot of these things, it just depends on the opponent's team, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could work out really well for you. It could, like, whereas something like Drudigan works better as with shields up.
Yeah.
It's a little slower.
So, I think Talonflame would be really difficult to make work with so many water, so many. There's a couple of electrics around, and
water is
Dradagon.
fine. It's mainly it was always mainly Macargo that was the issue
And
for
Macargo.
Talonflame.
But
because
I mean,
the other things you can either
got nothing for, right? Like it can tank a Brave Bird. Yeah, it can tank a Brave Bird easy.
I've taken out many a Lone Mola with my Talonflame.
How much does an Alomomola Brave Bird do to Alomomola?
Does over half. And if you farm something down and like boost, Talonflame is a beast, man. It was so good, but I just think with Charizard, it's not as good as it used to be.
Okay, so the Brave Bird, yeah, 52%. Each Incinerate doing 4.2. So if you build up to, say, 100 energy, that's for 21%.
I mean, being able to take out over half the HP of a Pokemon with one move is like means you do have play in like end game scenarios, right? When people are switching around, and all sorts of things, you know. Maybe you lead into a Lone Mola, and then like you just chip it over time. You come back in, you Brave Bird, you dip out, you know, things like that.
I mean, it has to be like very carefully done, because like after you do Brave Bird the thing, like each waterfall after that is doing 17.5% damage.
Well, there is a reason why people don't like using Talonflame, right? So
yeah,
because it is tricky to use. So
Feldire says, yeah, I never hit Legend, and the only time I made it to the 2900s was last Love Cup. I was at 2970, and I had Aroma, Trashworm, and Alomomola, and Talonflame killed the whole team, including the fish. Okay, sure. I guess I have
if you let it get a, you know, like a head start or something.
Yeah. So I imagine.
Oh, is camera up the thing now?
So it's great in the zero shields. I mean, it's like, I guess it's kind of like Talonflame, where it's like, it's great if you can avoid all the things that absolutely destroy it.
Like water?
Yeah. Like Alomomola, again, would just have no issue with it.
Well, that's the thing. Talonflame can eat a waterfall. It's not the end of the world. Macargo and camera up?
Yeah, can't.
They do not want a drop of water anywhere near them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and the closer metric is the only metric it excels at. Everything else, look, 76 for consistency, 55 as an attacker, 69 as a lead, 37 as a pivot.
It's like a fun Pokemon, though.
If you can really burn shields, if you can like consistently get Pokemon, so if you can consistently get opponents into a situation where they're burning their shields early, then maybe you can make camera up work.
Let's see how Lickitung does. Lickitung loses to Charizard, according to this.
If you were to lead Druddigon, what would you put with it?
Anti-Charmers.
So, Ariados and... Would you just go double poison like Ariados and Galarian Slowbro? In fact, that may have been the team that I was so successful with last Love Cup. Druddigon, Ariados, and
so Druddigon is nice. It's like a super unique. I mean, I was using it as a closer, but it's super unique because there's a lot of like fire, electric, water in this meta. So like getting a dragon in there is like really helpful. Only problem is the Charmers.
Of course.
Like it has no play. It has zero play. unless you run Hyper Beam for some reason. But I doubt you would make it to a Hyper Beam. Against Charmers.
I think I did once Hyper Beam a Charmer with my Dradagon. I think I was doing like a meme team Monday back when that was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was gorgeous. But okay, then we have Tyrantrum.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the pros and cons are. Maybe Tyrantrum has a better matchup with Charizard, maybe?
So that's Dragon Rock, so it's not resisting the water. It does have Charm. Crazily. It would absolutely destroy a Charizard, surely. Oh, no, it's weak to the Dragon Tail, the Dragon Claws.
It's still weak to Dragon Claw.
Yeah.
And it's very glassy.
Yeah, how glassy is it? We're talking 7. Oh, it's not super glassy. That's like Trevenant level glass. Maybe
sure?
a little. It's a little glassier than Trevenant. I know Trevenant's in the 1700s.
Okay. I know dragons always feel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
What does it pick up over?
Overdrive.
You can just check. So Dradagon has Night Slash, which is kind of nice against like Slowbro and stuff. Like
yeah.
I would always switch it in, and you're basically guaranteed to get shields and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even the Galarian Slowbro, it takes super effective damage from Night Slash, right? But the Rock typing will help you against Poison.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know how many people would know Tyrantrum's moveset. Like, if you could... I can absolutely imagine you getting through a Meteor Beam unshielded on a lot of things.
So, it says here you beat things like Charizard, Dradagon, and Wormadam Trash, but you lose to things such as Ariados, Cherim, Sunshine.
How is Tyrantrum doing worse against Talonflame than Drud is? Double resisting the fire, resisting the Brave Birds, and you've got Meteor Beam. You got freaking Meteor Beam.
It's probably just glassy.
I mean, Drud's not that bulky itself.
Let me close some of these tabs I have open.
What's Drud's stat product? Yeah, Drud is glassier than Tyrantrum.
You only get the one move.
Yeah.
As the... But it's making you shield a flame charge. I feel like if you don't shield, like, you know... Yeah, you don't need to shield the first move, so it's actually not bad. It's like, even if they Brave Bird here, Brave Bird does 60%.
Which isn't great, but, like, you can manage that. And, like, how much do the Incinerates do?
4%.
Okay. That's more than I thought it would, actually. Being double resistant.
Even if you eat a Brave Bird, they don't get to a second move.
Yeah.
And you leave the matchup. You could just basically win the zeros, like you eat a Brave Bird, come out with 90 energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's that bad, but if you do happen to shield a flame charge, they can potentially kill you with a Brave Bird.
Yeah,
so.
Fair enough. But I mean, you just established, you know, the way to counter that is just never shield the first move.
Unless they're incredibly weak to Tyrantrum in the back, and then you just have basically no health left on Tyrantrum, and
yeah, sure.
That'll cost you the game. So it's tricky, right?
Yeah, sure. And then in that case, I guess, so what happens if you go for the Meteor Beam instead of the Crunch?
For sure, like, if they safe swap a Talonflame and you answer with a Tyrantrum, you don't have to shield, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to get the two moves. If we just go for the Meteor Beam here. it's the same thing.
I mean, you're still shooting the flame
But
charge.
look at this, like, look at this wing, this chart. It's silly.
Yeah.
Like, you win everything except the ones. It's strange.
Okay, so you do...
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good
yeah.
counter. Maybe I'll have to run double dragon. No, the problem with that though is that you can't potentially, like, you don't get any advantage out of a you don't get any advantage out of what do you call it? You don't get any advantage if a charmer switches into you.
No. Yeah, as in, like, it doesn't matter at that point whether you're running Drud or Tyrantrum? Is that what you're saying?
Let's see. Aromatizzy, or whatever it's called. Can you get to a Meteor Beam versus this thing? And do they have to shield? My guess is no.
Yeah, my guess would be no as well.
No. You do not make it.
Mm.
And it wouldn't KO.
No.
Even if you made it there. So that's the only issue with, like, would be with running Double Dragon, is if you're getting RPS, you're gonna get RPS.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing you can do because you won't be able to take, basically, if they have charmers in the back, you're not gonna be able to take anything out of there, right?
Yeah, and also another problem is they're both pretty shield hungry. So that would be another reason I might want to avoid Double Dragon.
Like Metacham. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to see, but
I'm liking Tyrantrum at the moment. There was one loss that really concerned me. I forget which one it was.
well, the only thing that's annoying is the rock typing, because then you're more weak to
counter,
like Alomomola and stuff too. Counter and Alomomola. Like with versus Metacham back in the day, like if you got a boost, a Night Slash boost, that's another thing. You can get the boost with Drud again.
Yeah.
Like if you get the boost and they have like I had times where like their back line was like Alomomola and like Hisuian and like Electrode, like Kanto Electrode or whatever. And you just get the boost and then like you have 2 shields and it's basically like game over.
Yeah.
You're just dragon tailing the crap out of them. But there definitely is pros and cons.
Yeah, totally.
It also has charm. I mean, you can run charm.
That would be an absolutely baller move.
Earthquake, you could run Earthquake.
Oh, that's right. The
like this thing, Tyrantrum will absolutely destroy a Macargo, like demolish a Macargo.
Okay, so in this situation, they're baiting with a cross poison. I don't know if they do that against Ariados.
No. See, so it's losing to Ariados?
It does, yeah.
It only loses the 1 shield. Because, oh, that's with Mega Horn.
Oh, is it? No, this is cross poison lunge. I think you have to go straight crunch with this, because like by the time you get to a Meteor Beam, they're just gonna, get to too many lunders.
Oh, you do win. You get the 2 crunches.
There you go.
Before they get to a 3rd lunge. But you lose the 0 shield without Meteor Beam. So there's that. But you can always shield once, right?
Yeah.
But if you're counter swapping, I don't think it would go it would be very tricky for the Tyrantrum or whatever.
Yeah, you'd need to find some other option there. By the way, anyone who is watching this, we work best when we have interaction with viewers, throwing in your own suggestions, ideas. So chip in
Speak for yourself.
Okay, I work best. Lyle is a lone wolf on a steel horse he rides.
Yeah, Lorantis now ranks 7, but which is interesting because it can win against like Macargo, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
But you cannot beat like any of the fire flying types.
Or bug.
Yeah.
Or dragon.
I don't know if I like this. I mean, dragons take super neutral or super effective from superpower.
Yeah.
Interantum takes Leaf Blade.
Yeah. I was just looking at that Drud matchup there. But again, it's like, so it's another one of those ones that's like, it's a bit polarized, but it can be like if you get your alignment right, then it can be a nice core breaker to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I really prefer things that have play against their counters.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the counter. It has play against some of the counters, but not all of the counters.
Yeah, so Macargo, it can beat. Charizard, it's got no hope against. Ariados, it's got absolutely nothing against.
I mean, like, I'll just say it. Like, end game scenario, if you can farm some stuff down, superpower still does damage to Charizard. Like, I've been there with the Chestnut into the Altaria, and like
35% on the first one.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
not bad. Like
something.
Let's say you get some extra energy, you superpower, you pivot again, and then later in the game you get a bit more energy, you could superpower again. They might be tempted to shield. Like, I don't know. It's not the worst. I've seen worse matchups.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I've beaten with the Chestnut team I was running. I have beaten Altaria leads with that. I mean, 3 superpowers don't quite KO Altaria, but that was from a Chestnut.
Yeah. That's the difference between you and the rest of us.
What? That I can superpower Altaria?
that you don't just write it off. You're like, okay, so I know my superpower does X amount to an Altaria, so I just have to get it within this range. It's the thing that it's the thing that Dunebug does so well as well. Where it's like the rest of us just see absolutely no win con, but he's like, well, if I get this Pokemon down to exactly 13% HP, then I can KO it with this resisted move.
I mean, you gotta try something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't
Chansey's
just
up there.
give up right away. You cannot just give up.
So Hisuian Electrode, you said it came in right at the end of Love Cup last time?
Yeah, and that thing seems very interesting. Because like you absolutely destroy all the water types.
And Charizard.
With the grass and Charizard you can beat, you outpace it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's 10 it's 20 turns to 2 wild charges, and for a bait and a nuke, I think they need 11 turns. Or 22 turns. 11 wing attacks.
So 11 wing attacks. Yeah.
So technically, even if Charizard baits you, like, don't get me wrong, Blast Burn will, knock your socks off.
Yeah.
But this does seem like a very interesting, very safe Pokemon. Its switch score is not very good. You do pick up a weakness to poison by adding the grass subtyping, but it doesn't, like, there's not really any ground types necessarily in the meta. Like, what does it get walled by? Like dragons, basically. That's it.
Yeah. Cross Poison does 53%, Wild Charge does 67. I was like, could you maybe tank a Cross Poison and then just get a shield from Ariados if you got stuck there, but it looks like they can tank a Wild Charge as well, so I don't think that's the play. I mean, you do, it says here you win the 1-0.
Against what?
Against Ariados.
I mean, yeah.
So if you you just barely do it, but so if you can, you know, get yourself a 1-0 shield advantage before the Electrode comes back in, then that can play out.
Yeah, it's not bad. It looks very interesting. Like I said, the typing is nice. I mean, Ariados is very popular, but I like the coverage of the charge moves, specifically. The electric and grass seems nice.
It is ranked higher than Kanto Electrode,
which was always a very popular pick as well. People would sometimes run it with Hyper Beam, but also sometimes run with Foul Play. Because Foul Play can hit back against the Psychic types in the meta, also the dragons, and not be so. Because like I know with Druddigan, like if they swap Electrode, if you shield a Hyper Beam, you can almost like farm them down.
Yeah. From
full health. So it's kind of bad.
What Psychic types are there apart from Medicham and the Slowpoke family?
It's mainly the Slowpoke family, and they're very common. And specifically the Galarian ones, which don't take super effective from Electric.
Okay.
It can be nice to have that dark type coverage.
Yeah.
Which is why Scrafty is still ranked very high, because despite like you would think like Talonflame, Charizard, Medicham being so popular, like it does have a lot of areas that it can squeeze into as well.
I haven't talked about Scrafty much, but like we've looked at so many Pokemon where Scrafty is in the key losses category.
It's very neutral. Like it basically wins almost all neutral matchups in the cup. Like if you look at the like, okay, Slowbro, if it has Confusion, you wreck it.
Yeah.
Macargo is a good matchup. Milotic, that's a neutral matchup. It wins. Alomola, neutral matchup. Electrode, neutral matchup. Like where it struggles, it's you know how Scrafty is, right? If you get it against like a Charmer or something, you're done. Like all of its losses is 4 worst losses are the Charmers. So and then you have things like Charizard, Medicham, but again, like the Medicham is only bad with Power Up Punch. With Ice Punch, not as bad. Ariados, Talonflame. But then you start seeing the things it can beat. Like it beats like a lot of the meta. So I think it's really good. It's just a little bit alignment dependent. If you get into a bad lead with like let's say you're leading Scrafty and you have a bad lead, like you might not be able to wiggle out of that game.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a Medicham. If it's a Medicham, Scrafty can hit back against it, right? With foul plays. 2 foul plays do quite a bit to Medicham.
Okay.
But if you lead into like a Charmer, most likely they have answers to your back line, and you know, you safe swap Charizard, they have like a Rock Throw Macargo in the back.
Yeah.
You have a Talonflame in the back, they have an Alomola. I don't know, something like that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it can be tricky.
What else have we not talked about? Licky. Licky is there. It's just like a worse Lickitung, but one that doesn't need XLs. We got Blaziken. I mean, Blaziken is, I feel, problematic because, like, it's not
very good.
Yeah, I don't think it's doing anything that... Okay, so it's a counter user that can beat Ariados. That's its biggest plus, I think.
Yes. Also, I will make one note about Licky. Is it does have some other coverage moves that Lickitung doesn't have. So depending on your team comp, like Lickitung doesn't beat Macargo, but Licky can potentially with the Earthquake.
Okay. Okay.
And also, if you want to run, potentially, depending on your team comp, if you want to run Shadow Ball, or if you want to get insane and run Solar Beam, maybe for like a Milotic or something,
yeah.
or a Lone Mola, then you can also do that. So that would be the.
Imagine you'd still beat Makago with Solar Beam as well.
Let's test that theory. Well, Earthquake is double super effective.
Yeah,
it does 115%. So if you lick something down, you can legit one-shot. Whereas Solar Beam's only neutral. And it only does 56%.
Wow. I'm shocked it does that little.
No, you can't beat it, dude. Also, Solar Beam is 80 energy, and Earthquake's
It's
only 65.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, if you wanted the Solar Beam to be able to nuke those waters. Like,
and then if you want Shadow Ball, like, you know, Metacham, how much does a Shadow Ball do? Shadow Ball does 55%. I mean, not great.
Again, but yeah, that's, I would have absolutely expected more.
It's something.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't like facing Licky. I'm always wondering, like, what's the second move they got?
I tend to just always assume Shadow Ball, and that's probably what's going to get me into trouble if I ever do come up against a Licky.
You could run like a double Licky team if you want.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Wormadam beats
a lot of
Radagon.
things.
Yeah, Wormadam beats a lot of things.
It's really good. As you just again, the fire type is very susceptible to fires, and really has nothing to hit them with. Specifically, especially the fire flying types. Macargo, technically, you can hit with Iron Head. It's neutral. And if the Macargo is running Rock Throw, it's not like the worst.
Yeah.
But it actually does pretty well against. Does really well against a lot of things.
Yeah.
What's that thing called again?
Wormadam.
Yeah, you're gonna beat all the Charmers. You're gonna do really well against the Poison types. And it's like very close matchups with like a lot of things. So it's really nice lead actually, because it's like super neutral into a lot of things. Basically everything that's not
fire. But then you've got so many Macargo double charm teams.
Right.
So that's a problem.
But usually it's Rock Throw Macargo.
Yeah.
With the double charm. Because actually, just a side note, Shadow Charizard can beats Incinerate Macargo. Just throwing that out there.
What?
Yeah, in the two shields. Just Dragon Claw.
That's ridiculous.
It outpaces it. Yeah, I played that matchup before. I thought it was smart. Switching my Macargo into a Charizard in Open Great League, and then I proceeded to get schooled. That's why, people might want to be running Rock Throw. I don't like Rock Throw, but because Incinerate was always fine versus Talonflame, right?
Mm-hmm.
But having the coverage move, like. So you can see versus a regular Charizard, the Macargo has 17 HP at the end of that.
Yeah.
But if it's a Shadow Charizard, oh, that's with. Wait, really? No, this is wrong.
I mean.
Oh, it's because of the switch. It's because of the switch. One wing attack. There you go.
There we go. Wow.
Just needs one wing attack. It doesn't even need two. So basically, if you switch Incinerate Macargo into a Charizard, Shadow Zard, they can flip that. No problem. They just need to go straight Dragon Claw, and they obviously have to throw on good timing.
Yeah. And that's even
but
after
if you have
Rock Tomb debuffs as well.
Yeah, that's after 2 Rock Tombs. But if you go Rock Throw, it looks like this.
Yeah. That's a lot of blue.
It basically has no win con. A Rock Throw is doing 17%. 6 Rock Throws is all it takes to knock out a Shadow Zard. Yep.
You got your Razor Leapers.
Like, yeah, they are bad actually. I think what is it? Vileplume is the best one.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we mainly have gone over most of the good picks. Other than that, there's not too much else other than the Galarian Slowking. I don't think Kingler is very good. You said it was okay, but
I thought it was interesting. Not good.
Look at the stats: 50 and 40 stat product.
Woo! Woo! It's almost getting down to Gengar levels. Actually, what is Gengar?
I don't know, but the thing is, you're definitely gonna get a shield from whatever comes into you.
1433. So yeah, still nothing can compete with Gengar.
Incineroar is a new one too.
Oh yeah, a double kick especially.
You have Snarl, you have double kick, or you have Fire Fang. Don't know.
Does it beat Zard with like a Snarl Dark Pulse?
Yeah, it does. It beats Charizard.
Yeah.
Barely. That's 9 HP.
Infamous says Incineroar didn't look so good.
You actually have to bait the Charizard with a Flame Charge.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it is pretty low down. Camerupt is number 27.
I like Camerupt better than Incineroar.
Yeah.
What other moves does Camerupt even have? In case, so it also has Return and Solar Beam. Again, Solar Beam.
Can you imagine how tilted you'd make people if you KO'd their water Pokemon with a Solar Beam from Camerupt to win the game?
I don't think a Camerupt could get to a Solar Beam for Salomola.
Endgame.
It only survives a few of those. How much does a Solar Beam do? 90%.
And I bet with the Incinerates. I mean, you'd ideally want to have the Solar Beam ready. And it still wouldn't actually KO from full health. It has Mudshot?
No. They accidentally gave it Mudshot at GoFest by accident, as well as but I believe they removed it from all of them. Unlike some other times when they've made mistakes, there's no legacy Mudshot Camerupts out there.
Rotom Wash is here.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Thundershock, Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, beating all the waters and all the fires. Losing to Electrode. If you can land a Hydro Pump on Electrode though, yeah. I don't mind Rotom. Hello, Cubone.
Where is it been? Yeah. It's okay. I don't like it. But if you want to run Rotom Wash,
two Thundershocks of energy. And suddenly you're winning 2/3 of the meta.
It could be decent switch. I don't know. Yeah.
Because like, what would people have against it? Like, apparently you're still losing to Shadow Zard even with the 2 Thundershocks lead. But yeah, no one would.
Gets clapped by Druddigan. It still gets destroyed by Medicham.
Yeah, so Drud is a big problem.
Like, Razor Leaf, Vileplume.
And a Razor Leafer, yeah. They're your big two. I think anything else you've got play.
I think it basically loses any neutral matchup because it's not very... It wins the matchups where it has typing advantage. But like you can see here, it's losing to... This is a 0 shield, but I mean, with the moveset, I don't think playing shields is going to help it much. Like you can see, it's still losing to Medicham. It's a little closer, actually.
Yeah.
A bit of energy advantage. It can beat Aridos. Yeah, it just... This is with a slight energy lead on like a swap or something.
Yeah.
Using the Lickitung because Lickitung has the Power Whip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 2 Thundershock lead. Still loses to Lickitung. It doesn't actually have to land a Power Whip. It just... With the Blix, it will eventually get it low enough. Yeah. I'm not sure about Rotom, but I don't even have a Rotom built for Great League.
Just a funny thought. Like, yeah, if you want to like throw people, because like there is a lot to be said for the idea of coming in with stuff that people aren't prepared for.
I have one Rotom. Well,
yeah, I think it's only been given out in like certain events.
It has this one is a 15, 12, 11.
What's this one? I've got 2. It's rank 150. 4, 12, 9. Look out, Love Cup meta.
Sure.
Blob says, been simming some stuff, wanted to build around Aridos, decided Miltank, Aridos, Alamomola. So I took a quick look at Miltank. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not super excited about it.
Is it eligible?
It's eligible.
What moveset are they suggesting? Body Slam
and Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Seems interesting.
And yeah, I can't see you using Ice Beam. Also, Aura's here. Welcome in, Aura.
Not sure what you would... Like, the only thing Ice Beam would be good for is basically Druddigon.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, any grass type.
Yeah.
But other than that... you definitely want Thunderbolt. Like, it beats Charizard, which is good, right?
Yeah.
You beat Charizard, you beat all the waters. It could be a nice, like, core breaker.
Yeah, but we've looked at so many things that were like, oh, it beats Charizard in the waters. Basically anything with electric moves.
It is fairly bulky.
What's its bulk level? 21, 12. Yeah, that is pretty bulky. So
I want to see how it does versus Ice Punch Medicham.
So what do you think of that team? Miltank, Aridos, Alamomola?
Miltank, Gyarados.
Aridos.
Aridos?
Yeah.
Alamomola? Yeah, Gyarados isn't eligible, right?
No.
Miltank.
Shiny might
Gyarados. Be. Yeah, it seems okay. What do you... So if you have a Medicham lead, are you swapping to Alamomola?
You'd have to, right?
They technically don't have to swap out if they don't want to.
Against the Miltank. So with the
Miltank? Against the Medicham. Well, like, if you swap into a Alamomola, like, they technically don't have to swap out if they're in the Medicham.
Oh, yeah, okay. Cool.
That would be my only concern with the team. Like, other than that, it seems okay. Like,
Alamomola, I think, seems like a pretty good
zeros
switch.
Against Medicham.
It's like, Alamomola can, like, two-shield its way through a lot of things, right?
It just depends on how popular those, like, the Hisuian Electrode and stuff is. Because if that Hisuian Electrode starts becoming popular, it just would be, like, really bad, right?
Yeah. But I think all the poisons will keep the Electrode away.
I mean, Ariados beats Medicham. I'm aware of that, but
but we're thinking about just what do you do if you lose the lead? Like, if great, Ariados beats the fighters, but if you can't align it with the fighter, then
like if they have a Medicham in the back, if they have a Medicham lead, they for sure would have some sort of Ariados counter in the back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Possibly a Charizard or something like that. They might have their own like a Lone Mola or something. I don't know.
So then, what would you have instead of Miltank? Because like Ariados, Alomomola, two great Pokemon. Like, love it.
I like Miltank too.
You like Miltank as well. So you just sign off on the team. You don't think there's any better iteration of that?
I think it could work. You just have to see how your opponents are playing certain matchups. Like you might be able to make some tweaks. I don't hate it.
You heard it here first. Lyle doesn't hate it. AJ's here. Hello.
Thank you so much, Blob. I'm aware.
So Infamous also mentioned Lycan Rock, which is something I'm interested in trying. Now, obviously, it's got that big water issue. Like, it would be the only counter user that can't beat the waters.
Can't beat the waters. It helps. It's better against the flyers. The Rock and Psychic Fangs makes it better against Ariados than some of the other counter users, right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely pros and cons there.
And you just go straight Psychic Fangs there, wouldn't you?
Against what?
Against the Ariados.
I don't know. I think you might have to land a Stone Edge, but I'm not 100% sure. Because Psychic Fangs doesn't do that much damage. You're welcome, Final Boss AJ. I definitely shutted you out.
39% on the first one. I mean, in the one shields you are getting to the Stone Edge anyway. The lunge does 47%.
Yeah.
So what if you just didn't have Stone Edge? Yeah, right, you do have to land it. In all even shields, you do have to land a Stone Edge. It comes close in the zeros.
Well, because you're debuffing their defense, and they're debuffing your attack.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of like going, you know, punch for punch there.
They win... Oh, no, you win CMP, so you debuff them before they debuff you.
Yeah, it's Lycan Rock is just kind of glassy, so it can struggle where like neutral damage to it does like quite a bit. Ariados is sort of bulky.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have seen people run Megahorn, for sure.
Yeah. Totally.
We did talk about Sea King. I do like Sea King a lot. It seems pretty interesting.
AJ, which core are you talking about? Really hope a lot of people don't like beating that core. Blob says I'll be in 300 elo. And Infamous says I'll just run BB Chansey.
Yeah, best buddy Chansey. Let's go. Yeah, he's not lying. He's gonna be in 300 elo by then.
Oh, so AJ's talking about the Spooder Fish core, the Ariados Alomomola. Yeah, what can bust that core?
I mean, Blake was just talking about it, right?
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah, I was busy looking up other stuff.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like it's a pretty common one that people tend to like lean on. What can break that core? Not a lot. Trotagun does its best job trying to. But Gyarados can still beat it.
Yeah, I mean, that core has a B for coverage.
It's pretty good. Lickitung does well in the Miltank. There you go.
There's a point for Miltank.
Miltank is the new cool kid on the block, right?
And yeah, Slowking, of course, or Slowbro in particular. I mean, Slowbro still takes super effective from the lunges, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of a close matchup.
Yeah.
Depending how quick they are swapping, it's kind of uncomfortable for both people, just because Slowbro is super slow, as its name.
Yeah, as its name suggests. Execute, get out here with your Execute.
What? Execute? I don't think...
Execute. Execute would have to be eligible. Surely it's pink, right?
I don't think it is eligible, is it?
Yeah.
The baby one?
Yeah. Not Executor. So Confusion, Seed Bomb, Ancient Power. It's rated 56 overall. Get out of here.
He wins. It beats Porygon. So there you go. According to this, it can beat Medicham. I mean, if it can beat Medicham, it's definitely viable. As you know, as a spicy little nugget that someone's going to get really
but then look how much
annoyed.
it sucks against everything else.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that. It's a Psychic Grass type. Are you telling me it doesn't like Bug?
Milotic is Milotic the third one AJ was talking about? Because I was talking about Milotic as something I really like earlier.
Yeah, this guy was pining over Milotic.
I'm digging Milotic. Always underrated. Always.
Looks pretty good.
I think we hit on it. Yeah, I mean that sounds like a very good core. A very good team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm preferring my
Miltank?
Dragon Tail. So, Milotic, Alamomola, Ariados. So, I mean, it says Ariados does beat all three. And Miltank. And then, specifically, Slowpoke. Shadow Slowpoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Miltank is... I'm getting more and more interested in Miltank, to be honest.
I think do I have a Miltank? I don't even know. Why isn't Dunsparce eligible? Come on. I think its shiny is pink.
That would be amazing if specifically the shiny version of thing could be eligible.
Only the shiny?
Yeah, like... So, like, Gyarados, shiny Gyarados would be eligible, but non-shiny wouldn't.
Hey.
Yep, Hypno.
Stop praising my Miltank. Why?
Because then everyone else is going to start running it. Because you know how much people hang off every word we say, right?
Let's see, what do I have here? I have a pretty good Miltank here. I rank 29 Miltank that I can build. But I have to build stuff for factions again this week, so... probably building a Skunk Tank or something, I don't know yet.
Oh, you haven't got a Skunk
Maybe
Tank? Oh, for Ultra.
For Ultra League.
Yeah.
Maybe
Ooh. Charizard Scrafty core. Look at that. Charizard Scrafty only losing to opposing Charizard.
Damn. Beat my rank 30 Miltank. Yeah, get wrecked. There you go. I got a better Miltank than you.
Well, now I got.
Mine's rank 29.
183.
Oh yeah. Well, did we expect Fish to have like good IVs? Come on.
I've got some good IV stuff. Get out of here. My Lantern's a rank 1. Look at this.
It's one Pokemon.
Threat score of 496 for those 2 Pokemon.
Not bad. How does Charizard do against Quick Attack Sylveon? Still wins?
I imagine so, sure.
Because like I feel like Quick Attack Sylveon could be a bit of an annoying thing for this team.
Nah, you're fine.
What about what happens if they shield a Blast Burn?
They shield a Blast Burn, so if I just turn baiting off. You're losing the 2s if you don't bait.
I mean, maybe they double shield. You know Charmer. You know
that's
Charmers.
Something. That's something.
They love the double shield, right?
For sure.
Shiny Miltank, I'm happy. Mine does more damage. Rank 22. Rank 20. Okay, well, you know, we can't all have the rank 1 on Miltank like Fish, so.
What to pair with Charizard Scrafty? I mean, yeah, I guess you can just go Aloe.
Just run like a little more, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the easy one. Or like Hisuian Electrode. Also could be interesting.
Seeking provides a bit of an issue.
Yeah, let's go. Seeking. Easy.
Hisuian Electrode, Sylveon, Shadow Electrode, Miltank, Tyrantrum, Rotom Wash. Guys. Rotom Wash.
I viewed Nest in New York City got lucky. Is Miltank spawning? I do not think so.
You don't not think so?
Do not think so. Yo, I have a wild aggron at my house, and it's a level 1.
Let's go. Love
weird.
this. Love this. Get out of here. I mean, yeah, I'm liking this as a core. Charizard, Scrafty, Aloe.
Is Miltank spawning on Love This too? Yeah, why don't you check? I don't know if my team's going to be any good anymore. The team was Talonflame. But you could try Charizard instead.
Well, let's try Talonflame first.
And Metacham. You just put whatever they suggest. Metacham and... Are
we doing the Psycho Cut moveset?
You can just run counter. It's fine. And Dredigan.
And you're putting Drud in the lead, aren't you?
No.
No? Are you putting Talon in the lead?
Yep.
Okay. So that's got the A for coverage as well. C for bulk, D for safety. Charizard does Veto 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about now with the team, Charizard. Actually, Quick Attack Sylveon would be annoying for Talonflame. Because the pace is slower than Charizard.
And your ABB weak to Charmers.
I'm aware. That's why it's an ABB team.
Yeah. So then, what happens if we put in Charizard? Are we going Shadow or non-shadow Charizard?
Oh, we can try with regular. I have both.
Safety goes up. Again, Charizard. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's going to be about the same. Alamomola is still... Yeah, I think that's looking pretty much the same. I don't think that makes much of it. It's just the only difference is that safety rating went way up. Request for Fish to run Triple Fish Love Cup team with Aloe, Seeking, and Crawdort. I could go Milotic.
What about Milotic?
It's the closest thing to a fish we got. I mean, they call Ariados the fish of the land, right?
Seeking's a fish, isn't it?
Yeah, so... she was saying Seeking, Alamomola, and we struggled for a third. I mean, it's more of a fish than Crawdorn is.
Goldeen, there you go.
XL Goldeen. Yeah, guys. Phoebus evolved into it.
Okay, so yeah, during the Love Disc, this weekend, what time is this at? This is at, from 2 to 5 p.m. on Saturday, February 11th. Love Disc Research Day. And there'll be Slowpoke, Lickitung, Miltank, Lilip, Feebas, Spritzy, and Fomantis. And if you're lucky, Alomola spawning. That's a good time to if you don't have like a good Alomola, or if you want a better like Miltank or even Milotic. Only problem with Milotic is you have to walk it 20 kilometers to evolve it. So there's that. What Tapu is that right now? Coco or something?
Lily, I believe, is coming next.
Right.
Okay, so Hisuian Electrode would tear apart my team. Everything else I'd have kind of play against. Like, none of these losses are hard. Basically, like, yeah, Lickitung beats all three, but it couldn't beat all three at once.
What, the fish team?
Yeah.
Well, we already knew it was a bad team, so you might as well just try your best and hope for the best, you know?
I know. It's got something going on. I don't mind it.
Yeah, any Goldeen enjoyers out there?
Oh, no. It's Milotic instead of Goldeen.
I have a hundo Goldeen.
Wow.
But I'm short on XLs. I already spent all my XLs on my Ultra League Seeking, so...
Basically, any water with Ariados is a good team.
Goldeen has an interesting moveset. its secondary move's bad though. Has Horn Attack.
Yeah, that's bad.
But it has Mudshot Aqua Tail.
Hey, Draco. Here for the complete breakdown of love. Okay, maybe not any water.
What is Horn Attack? How bad is that? I think it's really bad, right? Oh yeah.
35 for 40. Yeah, that's bad.
I think that's what's holding back Tauros. Yeah, it is. Look at Tauros beats Bastiodon.
With the Earthquake.
Yeah. Do you have to bait a horn attack? Maybe. Yes, you do.
Oh, I mean, do you have to, or can you go straight earthquake?
I don't feel like you can. Tackle is very slow.
No. You'd get close.
Imagine getting outpaced by a Basti. That is pretty bad.
It keeps, whatever I put into Team Builder, it keeps suggesting Charizard as the top pick, but I feel like...
No shit.
I feel like
Probably
that's
just the algorithm.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's all bait dependent. A for coverage.
I thought you told me you love bait dependent Pokemon.
I said I don't mind them.
No, you told me I friggin' love them because they allow me to win stuff that I couldn't.
What was that thing you said you loved again?
Consistency?
Charmers?
Yes.
You love Charmers.
I love Charm. Yep. That's me. Charm King, they call me.
You... Like, because you can't get to Legend without, like, running at least 2 Charmers in the team.
I need at least 1. If I can squeeze 2 on there, then I'm feeling good. Yep, that's me. That's how I get on the leaderboards. Double turn.
Yeah, so Tyrantrum, Charizard, those counters aren't going to be particularly common. Seeking. Crustle will be. Incineroar, King.
Seeking was, I don't know, like a lot of people liked running Seeking.
I wasn't seeing too many Seeking last time.
I don't know, just saying. Like, I remember Wholesome really loved using Seeking.
Sure.
In this cut, and like, I think it's kind of interesting typing and coverage, so.
I'm pretty sure I've said it to you before. The Seeking I have, I managed to trade a... No, it wasn't even trade.
Yes, you told me it was the worst possible Seeking ever.
It was pretty bad. It was one that I caught myself, actually, and just happened to have in my storage still, somehow. And it had Poison Jab and Drill Run. So I only needed the 1 TM for the Icy Win. This is just for the benefit of viewers who haven't heard this story before. But yeah, the IVs are atrocious, and it means, like, whenever I've used it, whenever I tried to use it, it's been very underwhelming. I think the lack of bulk actually makes a significant difference.
Seeking is a little underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie, but it has its place.
Yeah.
And it also pace is kind of slow. So it has a lot of things going against it. What does it have going for it? The moves it does have are fairly nice coverage moves.
Yeah.
And it is decently bulky, so it can stay in the battle longer. Especially, it's nice that it has the debuff move, such as what do you call that one?
Icy Wind.
Icy Wind, yeah. But it does have quite a few things going against it.
Yeah.
As well, so.
Which is why you pumped all the resources into building one for Ultra League.
And I have one for Great League too. It's fun. I used it in the draft tournament. You did that one time.
The Ultra League draft?
Yep. It was my last round pick. Nobody else wanted it.
You should get back into it. We do it every 3 months-ish.
I might.
The next one will come up in March.
Yeah, it's been a little busy, but maybe I'll try to do one. Just you send me a reminder, because I think I unsubscribed from all that sort of stuff. Because I was getting too many notifications. So.
Oh man, that's what we've been trying to avoid. Like I've been so militant about careful with the notifications, guys.
It's not you. It's just in general, like Discord,
like across all of Discord. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like just in I was trying to limit the total number of notifications I got.
Yeah. That's why we have the newsletter tag. So anything we need to talk to the wider community, like they can actually opt into that rather than having to use the everyone tag.
Right. Yes.
Tomatoes here.
Welcome in. Right for the
Tomato.
end. Perfect
Yep.
timing. Let's see. Do I have a Tyrantrum I can power up?
Any Hogwarts
Did you play
enjoyers?
the?
I'm not sure what that means. Oh
think
wait,
it's
there's
a
a
new
new game
game.
coming out. Yeah. That's
But we're not supposed to like. We're not supposed to like that game because of J.K. Rowling. So unfortunately, we're supposed to boycott it. That's what they told me. So.
I mean, this is the second person I've heard bringing it up in like a couple of days, so I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Oh, apparently, make sure you evolve your Tyrantrum when it's sunny outside.
Oh, do you have to do it when it's sunny?
Or maybe during the day. Not necessarily sunny weather, but during the daytime.
Yeah.
If you're planning on doing battles at night, and then you forget to evolve your thing. Alomola, yeah, it's good. We already talked about it quite a bit. Looks really good. So.
One of the best. Like, maybe close to the best Pokemon in the cup, in my opinion. Just because, like,
very versatile. Yeah.
It's versatile. Great safe switch. Like even against, like if someone has an Electrode, counter swap for you or something. Like I think you can 2-shield your way through that potentially.
Canto Electrode, yes.
Yeah.
Hisuian Electrode, no.
No, absolutely not.
You're not 2-shielding your way through a Hisuian Electrode. Oh, I have another spice pick to build for Ultra League now.
Oh yeah?
I got a 98% lucky Carnivine as a trade when I was in Orlando from Smiley. Wow. So I can power that up. I have 4 XLs. Pardon?
What CP does that get to?
24-29.
You can almost 2-shield your way through the Electrode. Can't quite do it.
But that assumes they throw on good timing. The 4-turn versus the 3-turn can be tricky. So if they don't do 2 Volt switches before throwing their next move, because what are they doing? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4. You want to do it in 2s, right?
Yeah, you're right. And it is doing it in 2s after that. Oh no, 3 on the next one.
Just to get it off.
Yeah, yeah.
But what happens if you disrupt that by throwing a Psychic somewhere in the middle? You disrupt their move timing.
So where would you throw it?
I don't know, put Psychic back on it. Let's see what it wants to do. It's really waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you would want to throw the Psychic earlier just to eat, because what happens if you get the debuff? Then you might be able to farm it down.
Okay, so then if you throw Psychic immediately and apply the debuff, they'll probably shield that. They do get to another discharge here, but it's very close. 5 HP left.
So
that's something, yeah. With Miltank Ariados, they are 2 spammy, semi-tanky fellows, and then Alan Momola is a tanky heavy hitter, could complement each other well. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. We've
only
established...
thing I would... Yeah. Oh yeah, just a little bit of underwhelming shield pressure with that team, though, I will say.
Even with Ariados?
Ariados is the one thing. But you don't have anything that's, like, pumping out, like, hard-hitting moves fast, you know? Like a Charizard or something?
Yeah. But we've established, like, how good a core Ariados and Alan Momola are. And then it's just It's basically I saw a oh, that's a wonderful sound.
What?
You opening whatever that was. Packet of chips.
It was just a little bit of crisps, as they say.
Crisps, as they say in the motherland.
In Australia?
Nah, we don't use crisps. So yeah, what was I saying? I saw a Dom TikTok where he complained about everyone in Great League was just using insert Pokemon Bastiodon Metacham. I feel like the same thing could apply with Love Cup, where it's insert Pokemon Ariados Alomomola.
Or Metacham Charizard. In my opinion, looks like the strongest core.
I feel like Scrafty Charizard's a little better.
Nope. Definitely not. Scrafty's not the #1 Pokemon.
Well, Alomomola beats Metacham, where it loses to Scrafty.
I don't know what that's saying. Like, I don't think Alomomola beats Metacham.
That threat score slightly lower.
I feel like Alomomola or Metacham beats Alomomola.
I'm just saying.
I don't know where they're pulling that from.
It's scuffed. Because La was wrong, it's scuffed. So you're just going straight psychic there even. You're not even worrying about a pup.
Well, this one's
very
without
close.
Up.
Very close.
Like, look at it. You don't even need. You just pop.
Yeah, right.
You just beat it.
Yeah. Yes. Why is it throwing straight psychic? That's weird.
I don't know. That's why I don't trust the Sims sometimes.
Yeah. Metacham does beat it in the ones anyway. Yeah, even running this weird process. Immortal Tomato says, I'm running Walrein lead, Smackdown Chestnut, and Jellicent in Ultra League Premier, and it's doing wonders for me at the moment. Smackdown Chestnut. Yeah, I mean, it's probably the most appropriate use of Smackdown that we've had so far.
Who?
Immortal Tomato is talking about Ultra Premier, which is running right now as we speak.
What Pokemon? Smackdown Chestnut?
Yeah, so Walrein leads, Smackdown Chestnut, and Jellicent.
I mean, it seems fine.
Venusaur in the back would be a big problem.
Yeah. You always have those issues with the like weak to fighting and ghosts, like with the dark fighters, but
yeah.
Depends if you're running Ice Beam on Jellicent. It's not so bad.
Yeah. But yeah, that sounds like a really good team. Is there anything else that you want to cover about Love Cup? Any other thoughts you might have? We've given it a solid run.
Yep.
We're coming up to an hour 45 now. Yeah, totally, and it would do well against the Dragon Knights as well. I think Dragon Knight still does win. I know it does in. I know Dragon Knight still wins in Master League. I don't know about Ultra League.
Which Dragonite?
Yeah, Smackdown Chestnut versus Dragonite.
I don't know.
Because I remember looking it up when it first got its com day for Master League. The Dragonite still beats it.
Right.
But yeah, it might be different in Ultra League. Crustle, you're beating all your fires, you're losing to your waters. I mean, you are beating Slowbro, so it's a rock that can beat Slowbro. Hates the fighters. Doesn't do too bad against the Charmers.
Which is it?
This is Crustle.
In Ultra League? Or
No,
in
this
the...
is Love Cup.
I mean, any SmackDown, right? Like...
Yeah. That's very even across the board there. With this ratings.
Right.
What's that?
No. Trestle was always like, there was also double rock people were running.
Yep. To, like, lure out the Aloe Momolas.
Actually, how does Fury Cutter Crustle do against Charizard? Because Fury Cutter Crustle actually doesn't do that bad against Metachan.
Fury Cutter X is a Rock Slide?
Uh-huh.
So here it's baiting with an X, so would you bother with that?
But do you outpace?
Yeah, okay.
How much is Rock Slide? 45 energy?
45, yeah. And X's is 35, so it's like, it's 3 Fury Cutters, basically.
Well, clearly you have to bait.
Yeah, jeez.
I mean, they would have to have the balls of steel to no shield that though. But...
Yeah, for sure. But then if they know that your win con is to bait, then that might convince them not to shield.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, let's find someone to raid on Twitch, shall we?
Oh, Evan just went live.
Oh, there we go.
Could wait another minute or two to get him set up. He's been mauling over GBL recently.
I mean, if he's live, then we can give him some viewers right now. I'm sure he'll appreciate
Well, he
our
said live.
9 viewers. Foot
Let me
stream?
check.
I think it's a foot stream.
I mean, I think it has something to do with. It's definitely. I don't know. Don't ask me. I think he's like legend as a foot. I don't know. I have no idea. He's just being stupid.
Yeah, let's rate him. So 777713. Raid Evan 777713. Tomato says PV Poker AI doesn't take baits in consideration in most matchups. I think it does. I think it takes baiting into consideration to a fault.
Which ones?
The PV Poker AI. Like, it always defaults to baiting. Unless you tell it not to.
Yeah. I think it tries to take, so like the way it works is it tries to take into mind like let's say it's a you're going up against like, I don't know, something where like both moves are very effective. Like it's not going to be baiting there because the thing has no reason to shield, right?
Yeah.
But it's like baiting when the one move is like threatening. that's when the like algorithm determines that it's like a baiting scenario.
Sure.
So it just depends on the matchup. Like for instance, like with Charizard, the reason a lot of the time it's baiting, and same with Pidgeot, is because that the move that it's baiting is like a high damage move.
Yeah.
That is going to do a lot to the Pokemon. So it's like it's a more of a opportune time to bait, as opposed to like Chifisk baiting a Umbreon with full health.
And we've
like
rated.
that's okay.